Next is levels of organization. We discussed cellular organization as a property of the living organization. Okay, so here I am telling you what the levels of organization means. Each level of organization of an organism. The living world can be organized into different levels. Okay, so we discussed that unicellular, multicellular, prokaryotic, eukaryotic, like that. The simplest or the basic unit of all living organism, that is cell. Okay, cell is the basic structural and functional unit of our living system. Tissues are the group of cells of the same kind. What is tissue? Tissues are the group of cells of the same kind. Then the organs are the structures are composed of one or more types of tissues. Then the organ system, they are a group of organs that work together to do a certain job. Okay, suppose circulatory system, respiratory system. Okay, so respiratory system means it includes which portions? Nasal cavity onwards up to alveoli. All portions are included in our respiratory system. Clear it is. Then organism. Next level is organism. Organism constitute individuals living that may be made up of one or more organ system. Okay, then organisms of the same species that live in the same area make up a population. Clear it is. Organisms of the same species that live in the same area make up a population. For example, a goldfish living in the same area make up a goldfish population. Clear? Next is community. What is community? All the populations that live in the same area make up a community. The community that includes suppose fish, shellfish. Shellfish means prawn, crab, like that. Okay, corals, then this goldfish, etc. I am telling about the aquatic ecosystem. I am telling you here the aquatic community. Then the next is ecosystem. An ecosystem consists of all the living things in a given area together. It includes both the living things and the non-living things. Okay, so the non-living include material means water, sunlight, other physical factors. All these non-physical, living things are essential for the growth or living of the life of a living organism. The next is biome. What is biome? A group of similar ecosystem with the same general type of physical environment, that is known as biome. Clear it is. A group of similar ecosystem with the same general type of physical environment, that is known as biome. Okay, then all these biomes make a biosphere. So the biosphere is a part of the earth where all the life exists, including land, water, air. Okay, where the living things can be found, that's the part of the biosphere. So these are the levels of organization. What are the different levels of organization? Cell, tissue, organ system, organism, population, community, ecosystem, biome, then the last one is biosphere. These are the various levels of organization. Next, I told and I discussed the term biodiversity. Okay, who introduced the term biodiversity? W.G. Rosen introduced the term biodiversity in 1985. Biodiversity means biological diversity. It includes three types: genetic diversity, species diversity, and the ecosystem diversity. Species diversity means difference between the populations of the species. Ecosystem diversity means different habitats, biological communities. Okay, all are included in the group of ecosystem diversities. And the genetic diversity include the gene content. All plants, animal, fungi, microorganisms are different. Okay, that is genetic diversity. Clear? Then I told you that 1.7 to 1.8 million species of living organisms have been discovered and described as a far and large number of them are yet to be discovered. Biologists involved in the description, identification of organisms are called taxonomists. So that biologists involved in description, identification of organisms are called taxonomists. Okay, so there may be around 30 million species of living organisms, which known number of species forms a very small percentage. Clear? So the biological classification has certain all the organisms, 1.7 to 1.8 million species are present in our living organism as present here. So we have to classify this organism for the particular study. Okay, so the biological classification has certain advantages. The certain advantages of the biological classification is it makes the points, I am telling the point, it makes the study of living organism comparatively easy. It facilitates specific identification of any given organism. The study of a few representative type of specimen, which each discrete group help us to integrate the idea of the whole. We are studying about only one, but we get the idea about the whole. And it reveals the interrelationship among various species or various organisms and give the geographical idea about the where they are living and what are the features of the particular area. And also it leads to the evolutionary relationship. Okay, so all these are the need for classification. So the who are taxonomists? The biologists involved in description, identification of organisms are known as taxonomists. Okay, so this is the first chapter, living world. The living world gave you a brief idea about what are the living organism, what are the characters which are chosen for the living organism, and what are the different taxonomic level. They are giving a brief level about all the living features or all the properties of the living organism. And I told you that this is a basic chapter. Okay, so here I am winding up today's portion. Thank you.